Has it ever happened to you that you get to the end of the month and have no idea where your money went? It's like a ghost that evaporates from your bank account without leaving a trace. One day you have $1,500 in your account, and suddenly, 3 weeks later, you have $47.50. And there you are, like an amateur detective, reviewing your expenses thinking, when did I buy this? When did I spend so much on food? Did I really need those Netflix, Spotify, Amazon Prime, and Disney Plus subscriptions all at the same time? Well, it turns out there's a mathematical formula so simple that even a 10-year-old can apply it, and it can transform your total financial chaos into absolute stability in less than 30 days. It's called the 50-30-20 rule, and today I'm going to explain exactly how to use it so you never again wonder where the hell your money went. First of all, let me tell you an uncomfortable truth. 78% of people live paycheck to paycheck, not because they earn little money, but because they don't know how to manage it. Imagine your money was water and your financial life was a house. Right now, that house has leaks everywhere. Water comes in from one side and escapes through 47 different holes. No matter how much water you bring, it's always going to escape. The 50-30-20 formula is like a construction blueprint to fix all those holes once and for all. It's so simple it fits on a napkin, but so powerful it can change your financial life forever. What do these magic numbers mean? Simple. 50% of your income for basic needs, 30% for wants and desires, 20% for your future. But here's the trick. The magic isn't in the numbers. The magic is in how you apply them to your real life, with your real salary, with your real expenses. And that's exactly what we're going to do now, step by step, without complications or technical words that nobody understands. Let's start with the 50%. These are your mandatory expenses, the ones you can't avoid even if you want to. They're like your heartbeat. If they stop, everything stops. What goes in this category? Rent or mortgage, basic utilities like electricity, water, gas, internet, transportation to get to work, basic food, mandatory insurance, and minimum debt payments. Here comes the first revelation. If these basic expenses consume more than 50% of your income, you don't have a money problem. You have a lifestyle problem. For example, if you earn $2,000 per month, your basic expenses shouldn't exceed $1,000. If your rent alone is $200, there's the problem. You're living above your means. It's like trying to fit a family of 8 people in a 4-seat car. It physically doesn't fit. No matter how much you try, it's not going to work. What to do if you're in this situation? You have 3 options. Increase your income, reduce your basic expenses, or both. There's no magical 4th option. Moving to a cheaper place isn't failing. It's being smart. Looking for a job that pays more isn't being ambitious. It's being responsible with yourself. Remember, the goal isn't to impress anyone with your lifestyle. The goal is to have a lifestyle you can maintain without stressing yourself out. Now comes the fun part. The 30% for your wants. This is the category that separates the rich from those who look rich. Here goes everything that makes you happy, but isn't strictly necessary to survive. Eating out, going to the movies, buying clothes you like, traveling, hobbies, entertainment subscriptions, that expensive coffee you buy every day. The mistake 90% of people make is not putting limits on this category. It's like giving an unlimited credit card to a teenager in a mall. But here's the trick. When you have a clear 30% limit, suddenly you become more creative and selective with your pleasures. Let's continue with the $2,000 monthly example. Your budget for wants would be $600 per month. That's $150 per week for everything that isn't strictly necessary. Does it sound like little? At first, yes. But here's the magic. When you know you only have $150 for wants this week, suddenly you start asking yourself, do I really need that $80 shirt? Or do I prefer to save it to go out for dinner on the weekend? It's like having a calorie budget. When you know you can only eat 2,000 calories a day, you don't eat the whole pizza for breakfast. And here comes the best part. This limit isn't forever. As your income grows, your budget for wants also grows. but it always maintains the 30% proportion. And we get to the most important part, the 20% for your future. This is the category that separates those who are going to be rich from those who are going to work until they die. This 20% is divided into two parts: emergency savings and investments for the future. First, the emergency fund. Imagine life was a video game. The emergency fund would be your extra lives. Without extra lives, any mistake sends you back to level 1. How much do you need? Between 3 and 6 months of basic expenses. With our example of $2,000 monthly, you'd need between $3,000 and $6,000 in the bank for emergencies. But that's impossible. You'll tell me, I'll never be able to save that much money. Relax. With the 50-30-20 rule, you'd save $400 monthly. In 1 year, you'd have $4,800. It's like exercising. You don't see results in 1 week, but in 1 year, you become a different person. Once you have your complete emergency fund, all that part of the 20% goes straight to investments for your future. Index funds, stocks, real estate, your own business. Here's the math that's going to blow your mind. If you invest $400 monthly for 30 years with an average return of 7% annually, you'd have more than $490,000. Almost $500,000 just for being disciplined with 20% of your income. But most people say, I'll invest when I earn more money. It's like saying, I'll exercise when I'm in shape. It doesn't work that way. You start with what you have, where you are, with what you can. Now comes the practical part. How the hell do you implement this in your chaotic everyday life? Step number 1. Automation. Financial discipline isn't a virtue, it's a system. And systems work better when they're automatic. As soon as you receive your salary, set up automatic transfers. 20% directly to a separate savings account, 50% for basic expenses in your main account, 30% for a fun account. It's like dividing your money into 3 different jars before you start spending it. You can't spend what you don't see. Step number 2. Weekly tracking. Every Sunday, review how your week's budget is going. It's not to punish yourself, it's to adjust course if necessary. If you spent $200 on fun in the first 3 days, you know you have to slow down the rest of the week. It's like a financial GPS that tells you if you're on the right track. Step number 3. The 24-hour trick. For any purchase that isn't basic and costs more than $50, wait 24 hours before buying it. You'll be surprised how many things you no longer want the next day. And step number 4. Adjust according to your reality. If 50-30-20 doesn't work exactly with your situation, adjust it. It could be 60-25-15 or 45-35-20. The important thing is that you have a structure, not that you follow the numbers to the letter. And there you have it, the 50-30-20 formula that can transform your financial chaos into total stability. Let's recap quickly. 50% for what you need to live. 30% for what you want to enjoy. 20% for what you need for your future. But here's the most important truth of all. This formula only works if you implement it. You can know the perfect recipe for making pizza, but if you never turn on the oven, you're going to starve. Change starts right now. Not tomorrow, not next Monday, not next month. Right now. Open your banking app and make those 3 automatic transfers. Divide your next salary into those 3 categories. Is it going to be easy the first few months? No way. Is it going to change your financial life forever? Absolutely. If this video helped you understand how to take control of your money, give it a like, share it with someone who's struggling with their finances, and subscribe to the channel. Because every week we upload strategies that work in the real world. And leave me a comment telling me, which of the 3 percentages is going to be hardest for you to respect? Basic expenses, wants, or saving for the future? Remember, you don't need to earn more money to start managing better what you already have. The 50-30-20 formula works with any amount of money, from $500 to $50,000 per month. Your financial future begins with the next decision you make with your money. Make it smart. See you in the next video. And remember, the money you don't control controls you.